Hello, fellow Rosarians. Thank you for joining me. I am really having a hard time containing my excitement about this project. I have been dreaming about a knot garden, I think, my entire life. And if you remember, I did a collaboration with Paul Zimmerman a few months ago, and he put together a plan for me for the knot garden. So today I want to share the process with you, how I'm going to measure it out, how I'm putting the plants in. It's going to be a 2-day process because today is just Boxwoods and getting in the foundation, and then tomorrow I'm hoping to finish it up, and then we're going to have another video to show you how to do drip irrigation. So to get started, let me go ahead and show you the space, what I'm planning on working on, and I want to show you the plan that Paul made for me. So here we are at the front of my yard, and you'll see that it's fairly symmetrical on both sides of the driveway. One side's a little bit shorter, and Paul's accommodated for that. And this is the plan that he's made for me with the knot garden. So let's go ahead and get started. It is day 2, and I wanted to share with you a progress from yesterday. With any project, the initial couple of hours is setting up and measuring. So we spent a lot of time yesterday making sure that we got those dimensions right. Over here it is 40 foot by 6 foot, and with that there are 4 X's in the boxwood that are 10 foot apart. On the other side of the driveway it is 30 foot by 6 foot, and I'm going to have 3 of the X's that are 10 foot apart. So you can see here, hopefully, that I have the perimeter established with the boxwood. I've got 1 X way down there at the end that we were able to complete so that we could kind of see how it was going last night and to get really excited about today. So the hope for today is that we complete all of the X's, and I really want to finish this other side of the boxwood. We'll get an aerial view for you when we're finished so that you can see it all, and then we get to come in with the perennials and see all of that color come in. But let's go ahead and get started and see how far we can make it today. This is the 3rd day of my project. When we started the video, I thought it was going to be done in 2 days. So we've got all of the boxes in place, and I'm going to show you an overhead shot real quick of what it looks like with all the boxes, because it's kind of hard to see from this view. It's going to take time for this to come together, and I know that, but I can't wait to share it with you over the year and show you how much the boxwood grows. It ended up taking 1 day longer than I had hoped, but I'm still so thrilled with the project. Is it perfect? No. Is it perfect for me? Yes. It will always be perfect in my eyes. I am so excited to finally have a knot garden. So let's think about lessons learned that I want to share with you. When I had the perimeter over on here, that box done, I probably should have stopped and taken a step back and looked at the property lines, but I was so head down in the project that I couldn't see it. And so by the time I had finished everything over here and I took my step back and looked, I realized that on the far end there, it is really close to the property line. And if you think about your boxwoods growing 2 foot by 2 foot in every direction, I'm just going to have to be keeping those sheared pretty tight on that side. And I hope it doesn't become a problem, but in the event that it does, I'll shift everything over. That'll be a massive project. So what else did I learn? I learned over on the other side of the driveway where it's much smaller. When I gave Paul the measurements originally, I didn't take into account how the driveway flares and the width of it. And so when we started measuring everything out on this side, we realized that we could not go from edge to edge and accomplish that look. So we ended up having to reduce the the knot garden by one of those X's, and you'll see when we're looking at the overhead picture that now I've got a little bit of a space. What is it? Maybe 3 feet, which happens to be the perfect size for roses. So I'm sure I'll put something in there to fill that space. We're going to be adding a fence, and so that'll help to finish the whole look there. What else did I learn? The roots layer is amazing, and that's what I used to put in all of the plants because there were roots here, and it's also the perfect size. You've got that little head, and it's the perfect size for one of the cans there. What else did I learn? I didn't order enough roses, and I know that you're all going to be shocked by that I didn't have enough roses. When I was looking at Paul's plan, I ordered 5 roses, and even with the reduction of the one diamond X on the smaller side of the driveway, I needed to have 2 white needle-ins in each one of those, and so that would be 6 on the larger side and 2 over on the smaller side, and I only had 5 total. So I am a few short, and I've already put in my order to admins to see if they can get that out to me this week, and I'll finish it. And so you'll see that I did add the white roses that are there. Those are Bolero. I went to my local garden center today, and I could not resist. They smelled so good. And I know that those will be smaller than the white needle-end. I have 2 in each one of the diamonds, and I've just moved this to the front for a little bit of color. In the event that I start running out of room, then those Boleros can come out. But in the meantime, while they're growing, I'd like to have the extra color in there. So let's talk about the plants real quick. So if you're planning a knot garden, I wanted to share with you the plants that I used. I think that the most important thing is to have a variety of interest in your foliage. To start with, the box that I'm using are Sprinter Boxwoods, and these, ideally, if I let them go, will be 4 foot by 4 foot, but we're going to be keeping those down at 2 foot by 2 foot. And now all of the plants that Paul helped us choose to go in the center of the box should be just above or at the same level as the box. And so at the front of all of the knot gardens, we chose cat's pajamas. This is a Nepeta, and I love Nepeta. My favorite is Walker's Low, but that grows to be 6 foot by 6 foot. So this is going to be a little bit more confined, and we'll see how it does here. In the event that it doesn't perform the way that we want it to, then I can certainly throw some Walker's Low in there. Next, I chose Violet Riot, and the Violet Riot was actually a substitute for Blue Veronica. I couldn't get it, and so I just substituted. This is a similar size and color, and so I substituted with that. So Paul recommended Rose Marvel Salvia, and I couldn't get that, so I chose Pink Profusion, and I think that that will be really lovely as it's blooming. And I think that the real punch of the knot garden is going to be on the ends, and this is Artemisia, and I just love how feathery and soft it is. I think it's going to be really beautiful. If you're thinking about a knot garden, just choose what brings you joy. Just make sure that you have a lot of variation in color and texture, and you'll see here on the front of the mulch bed there, I've got a little bit of a slope. I've got an idea for that, and I'll share it with you in a future video how we're going to clean that up and make it look really nice. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.